You are watching Melody Lane. With me, you're gonna have a great crafting time.
Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. Wait and see if we're live here. Hopefully, we are live. We are live. Hello, hello, everyone. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. You're live. Yay. Okay, can you hear me too? Okay, I think I fixed the volume. Good morning, Donna Lee, Jamie, Sue, Irma. Hello, hello. Yay, sound is great. Yay, okay. Hi, Lucy Lou. The way she stared at me. Come here. Come here. Hello, everyone. I know, it doesn't feel like Saturday. It's like, it is Saturday, right? It is indeed Saturday. Holidays always throw, like, the days of the week off. Hi, babies. But hope you guys all had a good Christmas. Hope Santa was good to you and all your families. And happy Hanukkah for those celebrating Hanukkah. I know we're in the middle of that right now. Hi, Rocky. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. I know, it's such a weird week between Christmas and New Year's. It all just kind of blends together. I don't know, Donna Lee, here's feedback. Don't have volume up on anything. Hello, hello. So I can't believe 2024 is almost over. Like, we only have a few days left. So I wanted to, Hi, Mindy, happy Hanukkah. Something I wanted to make everybody around New Year's. You always see tons of calendars, right? Because it's a new year. And I wanted to make a desk calendar. Okay. Yes, if you want to chat, you'll just hit subscribe, and then chat is for subscribers only. That way you keep a lot of like scam stuff off of there, or just people trying to be trolls, because they exist. Trolls are real in our generation. So I want to go ahead and do a desktop calendar, and I'm going to do it completely like cut and draw. So it's going to do all of it, but then I'm going to show how to go ahead about doing that and like taking an image that has no contours and making it so we can make it multiple colors. So we're going to go ahead and go. I know, I'm like, oh, it's calendar time. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go into Design Space here. And first, I've already looked, because although we think all arches are created equally... Oh, I'm not sharing the screen. You guys are still looking at me. Hold on. That's funny. Remove this. Probably help if I shared my screen. Okay, now you should be seeing my scene. Okay, so I went ahead and went in Design Space because I always like to look ahead and see kind of what I want to do and figure out. And first I started by getting an arch, which originally, so if we're on our canvas here, you can go to shapes. Hold on, I need to move this so it's down lower. Just a second, guys. There we go. Now I can see better. Sorry, I had to move everything there. Okay, so when we go over here, there is an arch right here in shapes that you can use. And I will show you. At first, I pulled this one, but it just was, I'll show you here. It's like almost the same, but a little different. So you really just have to look for the arch. And I found this with several. I found several arches in Design Space, and they all kind of came up the same as this, which doesn't look that much different here, but it has to do with how rounded it is. So, but to find an arch, you can just go in Images and search arch. Oh, yay, Mindy, that's awesome. I know the sales are so good right now too. When do you come back to Florida, Mindy? Okay, but you can just look here for arches. This one is going to be the exact same as the one in shapes, I noticed. So this one and this one, when you stretch them out, they are the same. Now the one I chose, and when you look at them, they all look kind of the same, but they're really not. And you can tell when I put an image on there about the rounding, because this is kind of more like oval shaped up here, I'd say, where this one's more rounded. So the one I chose for this was actually this orange one here. The Cricut access symbol is missing. I am in beta for one thing. I am in beta, but it will have a price. So if it doesn't have the A next to it, it just means it's included. It will have a price if it is not included, Mindy. But so I wanted to do a floral, and my thing was I wanted to do like the flowers of the month, which I'm not even sure what they all are. I know I'm November. I know that's a chrysanthemum, which I honestly didn't even know for sure what that looked like. But I wanted to do like a laurel wreath like this here in several. Which is funny because it just comes up when you search arch, which I didn't even notice that. I first searched arch floral yesterday and these came up, but they actually come up with arch. So my thought was to add, and we're going to change these to draw too. So my thought was to do something like this, have the flower in here, and then have the calendar down below. Real quick, I'm going to show you guys how to look for this update in Design Space. So we're going to go over here to Melody Lane Inspired, go to settings, and then over here is where you can choose beta or live, and then you can check for updates right here. I am in beta. Usually I'm in live when I am live. I was like, that doesn't seem right, but it is. Hey, Georgiana. Thanks for joining. But you can go ahead there and get your updates. Okay, so let's start with January. What is the flower of the month for January? So you can look it up, or I found you can just type, say, January flower. I did not spell flower right. I was like, that does not look right. And then it will kind of, you'll find out what the flower is, which looks like January is, oh yeah, the carnation. So I'm going to go ahead and add this one, or you can find more like it by just clicking it, and then you can see other ones like it. Does that say, oh, Aster September? I did find 1 month, because I just went through a couple. I did find 1 month that has two flowers. Does everybody know their birth month flower? Oh, I bet you do, Mindy. Okay, so I'm just going to hit plus here, and we're going to add this to the canvas. And, oh, we get lots of questions, too. With the new slide outs like this, people are asking, how do I make this go back so I have the full screen here? You have two options. When you're in images, shapes, any of that, you can click it again, or on the left here, no, take that back, the right, on the right of this right here, there's a little arrow, so you can just click that and it will shrink it down too. So, but we're going to turn this to draw, but I want to show how to go ahead and turn this into multiple colors, because you can't contour this out for more colors. So first what I want to do is, before I do anything else, I need to change this to the right machine, because I'm going to be using pens. And if I keep it on, I'm going to make it on the Maker 3 or my Venture. I haven't decided yet, but it's going to give you your pen selections for the machine you chose. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this, and I'm just going to say Maker 3. Mindy, that's too funny. He said if it was pretty and snowy and cold, I can wear a fur coat, but raining, overcast, and cold, ugh. I get that. Okay, first let's go ahead. I'm going to take this wreath one and I'm going to change it from a cut to a pen to draw. And then we can change what pen or marker we want by clicking here. And then I'm going to use these drawings, especially when it has the double line like this. Looks really good when you use extra fine point. And I just got a big set of, I don't know, is it 30 of them of the extra fine point on sale on the Cricut sale. So I have like all the colors of extra fine point now, which I needed so bad. Which I might do it all in fine point. I could do some glitter gel. So I was thinking maybe gold for the outside. Let's try gold there. And then for in here, we're going to go ahead. This is grouped together. We're going to ungroup it. I'm actually not going to use the January or the carnation, which you could use the carnation, but I'll show you why I'm not. If I change this from a cut to a draw, it's going to do the double lines there. I'm going to find a different font that is going to be a single line. So I'm still going to put carnation up here. I'm just not going to use the one that they gave. So I'm going to delete that out. And then this one, we're going to go ahead, turn to pen. And then as you see, when I come over here, I really want to make this different colors. I like the stem to be different colors than the top. So if we go over here to contour, it's when we go to hide anything, you can see it's all connected. So there's no way I can get these one color that's showing on the left and then these, but I'm going to show you how to go ahead and cut it apart to make it work. What was the chrysanthemum? Now this one's going to be a little trickier because there's a lot to it. I'm just going to pull it over here. Oh, did I make it the right size? Let me check out my size first. And I do want room to write carnation under it. Carnations can be any color too, right? That's funny, Mindy. I just used one the other day. I just have one of the calligraphy pens. Hi, Annie. Glad you joined us. I know I was saying that too, Annie. I said the time in between Christmas and New Year's is such a weird time. Like all week, nobody knows what day it is. So we are going to take this. I'm just going to duplicate this. I always duplicate it. All right, we're going to zoom in some. And you can change the color of your canvas if you want to, which I like to do a lot. You just click down here, click under color. There's a little, it's hard to see the box there, but it is there. I usually like to go light blue. Okay, so what we have to do is cut these apart, and I chose a difficult one. I did one for my birthday month, and it was pretty easy. So I'm going to show you how we have to go about this to separate that. So I always just start with a square as my shape. Go ahead and shrink that down. So what we have to do is we want to cut it off where the leaves are. So say, I should have chosen a month I haven't tried yet. It's not going to all cover in one square, right? There's no way that you can drag one square that'll cover just what you need. So we're going to do this in sections. We're going to create multiple squares. And you just want to be careful that you're not covering something you don't want to cover. So we still have to fill in this area here. So we're going to go ahead and duplicate again. And you just kind of piece it together however you have to. And you're just really looking to make sure you're not covering anything you're not supposed to, because you can add tiny little boxes to cover anything. And one more box and we should be good. Now this one needs to be much smaller. We just got this little tiny area there. Try turning this. This will work better. There we go. This one might need to come down a teeny tiny bit. You can zoom in as much as you need to. Oh, I'm not covered right there. And then once you believe you have it where you need it, so I'm just looking at the top up here. I just want to see my lines. I'm going to rotate this just a little to get it off of this point here. I'm going to have to take and make a teeny tiny little box, because if you could see, there was no way for me to cover this little bit without cutting off the leaf here. So you just take your shapes little by little and you just build what you need to. Okay, then once you have all of those, you're going to go ahead and select all those. So I'm just clicking and holding Shift, and you want to grab each of those pieces. You want to go to combine, and you're going to want to weld. Unite's going to put them together, but it's not going to give you the ability to slice through like I need to with this. So we weld those into one piece. Once you weld them into one piece, you then can go ahead and choose this, hit Shift and select your flowers, and then you can slice. Oh, that's exciting, Mindy. Good morning, Carmen. Hope you enjoy your visit with your cousin. So now I don't need these slice pieces. I can just go ahead and delete those, and I can go ahead and delete that. But now what we've created is we have separated our flowers from our stem. So where did those go together? I'm gonna go ahead and grab these. Zoom out some here. And delete those. We're gonna bring these over, and then we can choose whatever color we want to make it. What color should we make the carnations? So around this, we can either ungroup it, or you can just hit here. It's going to give you your slice results, and then you can change the pen. So here we want to change this one to, I'm going to go extra fine point, and we need it green. That's so weird. That says teal and that says green. Am I crazy, guys? Am I crazy, or is this teal and this is green? Blue, pink, pink. All right, Sue's birthday month and fave color. All right, Sue, we're going blue. It's your birthday month. And I'm choosing this teal, even though it's not teal. That is definitely green. And then for the flowers, we can click up here. Let's choose the flowers. And then we are going to make them blue. Oh, that's pretty. And then you can change this laurel, this arch too, to whatever. There's so many different arches out there, which I have a couple that I've looked up that I'll show in a second. So next we want to add the carnation to this. So I'm just going to go to text, and I'm going to type carnation. And I do want this to write this. So I am going to go up here to the style and switch from regular and choose writing. And then go ahead and look at my fonts, which Alyssa's stencil script is always a favorite. It's just a great font. Am I wrong? I love that one. Which that one actually looks really pretty, but I do, and I have filtered here to writing. That way it's giving me writing fonts. Not all of them will be single though still. Like as you can see here, this one's a double one. So you can just look for one that you like. And I wanted to see this BFC wedding guest, which I thought this was bookmarked. Why is it? Here we go with fonts, guys. It's always the... Hi, Deborah. Welcome, welcome. We're making a desk calendar, Deborah, with the flowers of the month. All right, and that one's okay. I do like this BFC flannel for like that trendy, like, I don't know what you call call it? It's kind of just, I don't know. What do you call this font? It's kind of just a trendy, the style of it, I don't know. Kind of like that, I don't know. And then you can choose what color you want to do that in, which I'm not sure. I'll have to think about that. But let's go ahead and get the calendar part on here so I can show that. So we can just go in images and we are going to type 2025 calendar. You can make the calendar by hand if you want. It's going to be much quicker if you do this. Oh, Mindy, if you think of it, let us know. I'm always excited for new fonts. Actually, that BFC wedding guest, I just seen that on another project the other day, and I was like, ooh, I like that, and I have not used that. And so over here you have several different options, and anything in the blue is editable. And we can also like edit it and drag it and make it bigger and stuff too. So, and I think the first one, and I'm really looking at like the font style on these. And I think that first one honestly is the best. So I am going to go ahead and hit the plus sign here to add it to my canvas. And you can do this like stitch line if you want, but I don't really want that. So I'm going to go ahead and hide that. And then we're left with this, which there's still some room here. I could make this much larger. And I also don't need the back piece because I'm going to draw it right on the arch. So I'm going to go ahead and hide this back piece also. And then we're stuck with this here, which you can go ahead and stretch this, but I really want to change like some sizing, like the big gap here and everything. So we're going to go ahead and hit detach because these are all attached together. So as I move it, it's all moving as one. So to do that, just hit detach. And then we have each individual one here that we can work with. So you can get it just how you'd like. My husband's tiptoeing around. He's trying to be quiet. All right. And then this one too, so you can resize it to get bigger to fill up more of your... however you like. And then we want to make sure they're centered, so I would choose... I'm going to choose this, and the background, and then hit align, and I'm going to center horizontally. That way they're all in the middle. And then to go ahead and, what do we choose on this pen? Just want to make sure these are all on the extra fine point blade. That way when I, not fine point blade, fine point pen. That way when I go to make it, it's having me put in the correct pen, and it's not going to say, oh, put in your black pen, and then for another pen, oh, put in your black pen. I'm going to make sure they're all the same kind of pen. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this frame though first. So you can just click that and hit duplicate, or you can just hit Command D and it'll duplicate also. So this one's all done. The final thing you have to do for the page is you want to go ahead and, oh, there's one behind there. Okay. And you can go ahead and do the center too if you wanted to. For everything else, you can align it. But I think that looks good. Sometimes when I do these aligned, we'll see how it works. Uh-oh. See, it wasn't in the middle, but sometimes when it's these like thicker ones and not a perfect, it looks a little off to me, but it's probably just my eyes. So that probably is correct. Lucy Lou. Shh. Okay, and then once we have all of that done, and you can change the pen to like whatever colors you want here. You can... Loose. Oh, and something else I wanted to see. Could you do 2 different color flowers here? I did want to see, so I went over here to my flower blooms, and then my contour here. And yeah, you could. You could turn these. You could totally do 2 different color carnations if you wanted to, too. If you wanted to contour and click all those. So this is how you would do that if you wanted to make 2 different flowers. You would hide that one, then you could duplicate it. Now we're going to go to contour again. Hit hide all contours. And then we're going to go click all these. Loosey loo. And then hide that one. Now we have 2 separate flowers that we can make 2 separate colors. So let's go ahead and just make this one. Pink was the other color people were saying. Now you have 2 different colors in one. On the one. Deborah said, hi, Matt. He's in the laundry room now. He's getting ready to leave for work in a little bit. Okay, so we have that all completed now. All we have to do is attach everything. That way, when it cuts, it knows to draw it right on this arch where it is placed. So you want to attach all of it. Drag your mouse and attach. Now that one is ready to go. Ooh, and I should have. Let me go ahead and duplicate this arch first. That way we have that. But if you... Let me show you here. Lucy, you have to control yourself, man. We are live. You can really see here the difference in these 2 arches. This is the arch if you just go into shapes and choose an arch. But you can see how this one just like bends around the arch more, where this one is like more oblong at the top, if that makes sense. So this is a really... And I looked through several arches. It's funny because several of them you're like, oh, this one's different. But when you stretch it out to size... it all ends up becoming like this one, a lot of them. So I did bookmark this one because it is just slightly different, but it fits those better. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that one. And then I'm going to show you some other arches I found too. Which are arches. So you could do the same arch on each, or not the same arch, well, floral arch. You could do the same one on each month, or you could switch it up. And then you could cut some months in color too, I thought. And then here are some different arches. Let me bring these up. So you could totally switch it up. I have all these, excuse me. Good morning, Beagle Mom. Thanks for joining us. We're making a desktop calendar today with the flowers of the month. So you could choose any of these here. And I did turn these to writing, so they are already turned to writing. But you can go ahead and customize it and kind of switch out a couple different ones, which I like. That way it's not the same for all 12 months. And then February, and I do have some flowers. I'll ungroup that. I think this is... So when I looked up February, and I did this one the exact same way. So these were all one image, just like this was. But then I went and sliced it just by welding those shapes together. But it was interesting because it said... Some said February was a violet, and some said it was an iris. So, is there any February birthdays in here? Good morning, Lori. Thanks for joining us. This weird weekend between Christmas and New Year's. Okay, but I do not want the iris. And I could click here to remove these, or... which I'm going to do that. all these little pieces. So you're just going to hover over till it's highlighted. So there's some little pieces in the S there. Which if you can't find them from hovering, you can go over here too and click and see these little tiny, where's that coming from? Okay, that is that little tiny piece in the S. Sometimes you just have to click it and look at your screen and you won't see it right away and then see what's disappearing. And that was that one there. And then when I sliced, there was a couple little pieces up here left, so I can hide those too, just by clicking on these. I have found when you have these little teeny tiny ones in your contouring, that's usually ones you want to hide. Now you can't edit these out like I did on the January one before I even started. I didn't contour them. I just went and deleted them. There we go. Now we have irises for February. Really? Oh, Mindy, yes. Yeah, I'm November 2. The chrysanthemum, I did not know peony, though. And I love peony flowers so much more than chrysanthemums. Yeah, see, and I don't know what August is either. We're going to find out together. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do iris. So I want to do the same font that's here. So I'm just going to go over to Carnation and hit duplicate. Bring that over. And then you can go ahead and change that to iris. Iris is such a short word. It looks funny just because it's like barely a word in this font. And like as I do this, I'll probably change the color of this and I don't know as we go. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to do this right now. I'm bringing this over. I am going to detach. I just want to, I'm going to delete these. Delete that. I'm actually going to leave this carnation because it's editable and I can move it. But I want to attach all of this because, oh no, I don't, because I have to change each month. That was silly. I was thinking just keep duplicating it. That way I have the calendar on there, but duh! Holly was not thinking about the fact that it's a different month, so that is not going to work. Okay, so as we got the 2025 January, we're going to have to go in for each month and do that 2025 calendar. Which, if I go view all, here's February right here. So I'm going to go ahead and add this one. I would have made a whole calendar, guys, of just January's. Oh, it's Cheryl. I'm so glad you said that, because when somebody has a different name on YouTube, I'm always like, who is this person in like a real name? Yay, so glad to know finally. Oh my gosh, Mindy, those like big mom things they do in like Texas and stuff for like homecoming is wild. I have never seen that. Okay, so we're just gonna do the same thing we did to the other one. So I'm gonna go ahead and hide the background, or you can just delete it. I mean, technically we don't need that. You can delete it and the frame. So then we're left with these. Shrink that down. All right, and then we can grab each one individually here. 2025, I'm going to... Anybody have anything they want to do before the end of the year? Like, there's not much time left. If you're like, oh, in 2024, I want to do blank. I was just thinking, man, we need to get to the eye doctor before our yearly thing runs out. Yay, so happy. Oh, I don't think you can change your YouTube name. I don't know. Okay, these are all attached, and I want to grab just the calendar to stretch it, so I'm going to hit detach again. And then go ahead in here. We'll move that up and over. And you could add print and cut ones too. If you wanted to do super, super simple, you could just find images that you can print and then just print all these too. I really like watching the machine draw, and I just think it's more like homemade when it's drawn versus just print and cut. So I'm gonna do the same thing I did in the other one. I'm gonna go ahead and click these and my arch, and I'm gonna align center horizontally. Should I do that for this too? Let's try it for the arch too. Okay. I don't know what color I'll do the outside of this. This black, I just don't know. I do really like some. But you have so many different selections of pens when using the Maker 3 or the Venture. That's why you want to make sure your machine here is correct. Like if I switch this machine to Joy and I went extra fine point, it's only going to give me green, red, and blue as options. So this is the pack I have of extra fine point, and it has all these different colors in it. But let's go ahead. I'm just going to make this gold for now. Oh, I'm in fine point. I got to go to glitter. And then to finish this one, we are just going to drag our mouse over it and then hit attach. So we're going to go through and do this for each month. Let's look up. Thank you guys. Happy Hanukkah, Linda. Glad to see you in here. Okay, and who was it? Was it Annie? Annie, were you June? I can't deal with a Sunday start. That's so funny. June. Oh, June. Rose is June's birth flower. Okay, so we did January, February. You were just going to go through each month doing this, which we will be here a long time if I go through each month. But we have different frames here to play with too. So let's see. Is there anybody who doesn't know? So we figured out June. Oh, and some you can find good. And I did look. Like, let's look at Rose, for instance. We're just going to look up a Rose. Because you can sometimes find one that we can draw with that will be two different colors. And if you find a set, like if you find a set you like this is a good one, you can hit more from that person, and chances are that they've created more in the same style. So you can find it. Sometimes they have so many images, you have to really, really, really go through and look. But like, let's look at this one. Now if I change this from a cut to a draw, it's going to do the double lines, but there's going to be one in here. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to filter, and I'm going to go to draw here. And somewhere in Design Space, you're going to find one that's a single line and split in two colors, but not for every flower. Like chrysanthemums, I looked up. I could not find a chrysanthemum that was available in the two colors. So you really had to take and slice it like I did to make it. It's so good the print and cut is back. Last night I was working in Design Space, and I thought I was wackadoodle. I thought I was a little crazy. And I'm like, there's no print and cut option. It's back today, so that's good. But you can, sometimes just looking at projects in Design Space, you can find it. But I know somewhere out there's going to be one. That is a single. Sometimes you can just look too. Like, let's go to projects here. And let's just type in drawn rose. Let's see if we can find one. As you see, it's not really easy to find these drawn ones with just like the two different colors. It's usually like one image, and that's why I wanted to show how to go about in being able to cut apart by welding pieces together. Because there really is nothing here. Flowers of the month. See what this is. Nope. See, and those are all one color there. What's this one got? See, now this one has, those aren't drawn either though. That's closer, but see how it's got two different colors? So you can just go through and look. And then see here they use the flowers, the editable flowers of the month there. But if you can't find exactly what you're looking for, just look in Design Space. I guarantee you it's going to exist somewhere. You just, depends how far you got to look. Okay. Well, I'm not finding it there. But I will go ahead. It is 11:45 already. Thunderstorms. That Disney one didn't have a... Did you find a home for your Cricut accident yet? The Cricut accident. There were so many accidents happening, Annie. Oh, Annie's August. Okay, Annie, I'm going to look up and see what August is for you. Other people call it the auto press. All right, let's look up August flower. August is my brother's month. I do not know. August is it's the poppy. It's the poppy. I always think of the Wizard of Oz when I think of poppies. So Annie, yours is a poppy. But I'm going to go through and I'm going to do all the months, which that would take a long time. We just did 2 here while we've been live. But I am going to look because I know somewhere there is going to be one that's in 2 colors in a single line. But as you can see, they are not easy to find. Now this one's split into 2 colors for the iris, but if you turn it to draw, oh, that one actually did do a single line. So I'll show you here, you can find some. That one's not separated. How did it? That's so weird. It's so weird. Look at that. Now, did you guys see that? So this is 2 colors. Now watch when I turn this to draw. Oh no, it is not connected. Why did I think it was connected? It's not letting me contour because they're 2 different pieces. Okay, the contour is not highlighted because these are technically 2 different pieces here. So you can go ahead and choose the iris, choose your pen, and then you can choose your bottom piece down here. See, they are grouped together, so you can just go in and select it, and then change this one to green. So you just got to look through Design Space and find if you want some single. So I could do that one as February 2. As I do this, I'm going to learn all the flowers of the month too. Oh yeah, so true, Beagle Mom, Cheryl. The poppies for the Veterans Day. Hi, Connie. Ooh, gladiolas is really pretty. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense, actually, Mindy, that gladiolas is August, because we always have a gladiola festival by where my hometown is in August. So true, Linda. Yeah, you could use vinyl, you could use whatever you want here. I just want to do one that was all cut and draw for all of it. Glad you joined us, Connie. We are just working on a desktop calendar here that is for the birthdays of the month. But we have some different arches too, so I may switch it up. And like I said, you could do different colors too. Like I may do a month that's like soft pink, but then I do all the writing in black, just because I really like the way that looks. But there's so many different options. But that is it, guys. It's 10 till noon already. Thanks, Connie. So yeah, we will, and Tuesday we won't have a live, obviously, because that is New Year's Eve. Hope you guys all have a wonderful New Year's Eve. For all of our Patreon folks or non-Patreon folks who want to join, we have our Melody Lane 24/7 crafting Zoom, and on Christmas Eve, they celebrate, well, actually, technically, they start celebrating New Year's at 6 p.m. Eastern. Is that right, Annie? 6 p.m. Eastern? Because Annie is in there, and she's from Germany, so her New Year's starts before ours. But in the Zoom, they will celebrate each hour of our time zones in Zoom. And that's what I'll be doing on New Year's Eve too. So I will be in there myself. I will be home alone on New Year's Eve, but I will not be home alone because I'm going to be in Zoom with our crafty friends. So, thanks, Jamie. It's not going to be a tear-off calendar. It's going to, oh, I forgot. One more thing I want to show real quick is you just do a little easel stand. So you just stand it on your desk. I'm so glad you asked that, actually. So let's just go to images or projects. No, let's go to projects. And I am just going to type in easel stand. And then there's so many here that you can choose from. Let's look at, and here's one right here, calendar easel stand. Oh, look at that. Yeah, like see, there's that rose and 2, hold on here. Like, hold on here, I found something here. Because this is a drawn image with the single lines in 2 different colors. So I'm going to go down here, see what images they used. Oh, it's just the stand. Darn it. Wait, who's this from? Okay. But here is the easel stand. So you can go ahead and, oh, actually, look at this. We're going to go to this one because this is from one of our members, Terry. I'm like, wait, we know her. So we're going to use her stand. So you can just edit a copy of that. Oh, I didn't save this. Hold on. Let me save this. Save. Very important. And then you can go ahead and hit edit a copy of this. And then I'm just going to move this over to my other project. So I'm going to copy it. And then bring it over to this one. And then we will have the easel. I'm like, where'd it go? I didn't paste it yet. And size-wise, I'll mess with this because I do not have these sized correctly. I figure I want to do these, and I can just resize these all as a whole. You know, you can just grab it and resize it. I'm going to pull this over here, actually. Let's zoom in. But I think I want to make this about 8 inches high. But I don't want the scale to change, so I'm just going to go ahead and change the height here to 8. And then it's going to make it, okay, so to scale that to size, it'll be about 4 inches wide. Which I think is pretty good. What do you guys think size-wise? Linda, to get to the Zoom, you will, so on our Patreon page, it has, where it has the password to our projects, it also has the Zoom link. And I'll send out a reminder too that we're going to hang out in Zoom for New Year's, and then I'll send it out. So you'll get a message in Patreon for that. And then it's all for our Patreon supporters. So our supporters on YouTube, like our Melodettes and everything, get access to. But we will post in the groups there, and then you just come in through the link for the Zoom. But real quick, I did want to go back to that project because they have the flowers. So I want to find that. I want to find that. It'd be really cool if they had each month too. What is this one? Okay, because this is the project for her easel stand, but not her actual calendar. So I'm hoping she has her whole calendar here. So I'm going to click on her account. Wouldn't it be great, guys, if we could search within a profile? Because I know it's a calendar. It would be so cool if she had every month done. That's one thing great about these community profiles is because if you haven't made it, there's a good chance somebody else has. She has a lot of projects. I'm gonna have to definitely give her a following. And I hope I don't pass over this. Holy cow. I like that. I just want to create beautiful things. I might have to dive. I should have seen how many projects she said she had. Wow. Holy Toledo, Batman. I didn't see that you were able to in the profile. I wonder if we just typed her name and wrote calendar, though. So maybe it's not here. Darn it. Well, I'm going to look some more, and then I will let you guys know. So we're not going to do live on Tuesday because it is New Year's Eve. Wednesday's New Year's Day. Possibly Thursday, which this will be easy. There's nothing much to put together because the machine's going to do it. But I will at least show some of that and then show you guys the finished product. But I do not see it in here. I know if I search long enough, I will find it. So I am going to look. What if I put flowers of the month? I keep saying I'm giving up, but then I'm like, hold on, no. Gotta be able to. And this is why I created them, because they are not easy to find. Oh, I passed it twice. That's too funny. Jamie's like, you passed it twice. I did not see it. Sorry. I'm gonna do this one more time, guys. Hold on. Trying to like scan so fast with my eyes. I wish you guys, it was like live time so you could be like, stop, you passed it. Fourth from the left. Hold on. Fourth from the left. Okay. Now I know where to... like slowing down. Like I feel like I'm getting close. It could be totally wrong. Go back up. Holy cow. How do I keep missing this? Oh. This is so funny. Third row. Oh, way at the top. Okay. We're gonna get there, guys. We are going to get there. This is a team effort at this point. Go team. Birthday bouquet card. Floral. My eyes are seeing the floral, but not the right ones. Sorry, I don't mean to make anybody dizzy by scrolling. I try not to scroll too fast. Okay, here we are at the top. Why do I not see it? Oh, that's cute. The Christmas snowman. I am not seeing it, guys. Yeah, she does. She has really good projects. Annie, that's so funny. Where is Waldo Calendar Edition? You are not lying. I do not spy with my little eye. I can't see it. But I don't want to keep scrolling with you guys, but I'm sure it exists somewhere in here. So I will keep looking. But it looks like the ones that I did use. And I'm telling you, I bet she has one for each month. Oh, that's not February's flower of the month, so maybe not. I'm not sure. But I will look more into it. But I'm pretty sure the ones that I chose there, it seemed like they had one for each month. So they had like February. Let's look up. April is Melody, so let's look up April flower. A daisy. I didn't know hers was a daisy. That makes so much sense. I'm sure Melody knew, but I was like, she had her golf cart Miss Daisy. But so they do have these for almost every month. If you hit more to explore and choose view all, then it'll lead you to more for other months. Like daffodil is March. The chrysanthemum is November. I'm just going to go ahead and add these because I do need to make these months. Rose is June. Marigold's October. Ooh, this one's interesting. What is this one? Larks? I don't think I've ever heard of that. Larkspur. That's Alex's. Larkspur is July. I wonder if there's another flower. I have never heard of a larkspur. Have you guys heard of larkspur? I'm gonna look this up real quick. July flower. Okay, so it's larkspur or the water lily. Which I really like a water lily, so I may try to find a water lily one. But I'm not using the words on these either, so you can really just find any one that you like image-wise. But I will go ahead and get that finished. And thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you guys all have a wonderful New Year's. Zoom people, I will see you in Zoom on... What day is New Year's Eve? Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday night. I had to think about that. This whole holiday has all the days thrown off. Oh, that's cool, Linda. Linda lived on Lake Spur Drive. I don't know if I've ever seen larkspurs. Like, I feel like maybe they don't have them around here. I don't know. But thank you guys so much for joining. Oh, it's the last day. If you guys need to stock up on anything Cricut, I know they sold out on that huge thing of mats because that was a crazy deal. But today is the last day for Cricut's warehouse sale. So, and if you Access members, if you haven't used your fall, even though we're in winter, it's still a fall discount code, the fall 10, or if you're in the UK, it's autumn 10. Don't forget, because you only have a few days left to use that, and it gives you $10 off and free shipping. And you can use it on top of the sales there. Right, Mindy? Flower street names. That would be so pretty to live on, like daffodil and violet and poppy and peony. Everybody have a good weekend. We will see you guys next time. Happy crafting, everyone. Bye.